I built super rich successful metropolis where every resident is a dollar millionaire, while I had nothing at all. I literally started in the desert and bankrupt. I fought against the king, against the Britain, against the Middle East, and stole money from the whole world through offshore offices, and even bought my own aircraft carrier. This is fascinating and interesting story that I want to show you today. End of 19th century. I'm a governor of Iceland called Tropico. It is incredibly harsh land with majority of this territory covered in semi-desert. Growing anything here is nearly impossible. On top of that, Iceland is extremely poor in minerals. The only question is, how the hell we supposed to survive here? This place literally hell on earth rather than Iceland. Right now our entire economy consists of just a couple of coasts. We have 50 people living here, all in absolute poverty. This game calculates the salary, the wealth, the education of each person individually. This means its game has huge potential as economic simulator. Every single dollar in this game holds significant value. The minimum salary is $1, while the highest, the salary of super rich CEO, is $60. But you need to understand that salary is not the same as wealth. In reality, even with small salary, a rich person could still rent a mansion because their money comes from stocks, bonds, not just wages. Let's start. Likely I found a small piece of land where we can try to grow sugar. But instead of just exporting raw sugar, let's build a rum distillery, which will process the sugar and create high quality added value. Rum. See? We are smart. Instead of selling cheap sugar to metropolis, we are now producing a more expensive product. This not just create jobs on our island, this also brings us more money. We built a manure spreader to increase our sugar yields. And with our last money, we decided to build 4 bunk houses so our people could finally stop to living on the streets. Money from rum export was enough to continue developing our island. I built circus to provide at least some entertainment for our people. Finally, the overall happiness of our population surpassed the Caribbean average, which is great news. Our GDP is $10,000. Literally, revenue is all goods and services produced with Tropico. For that reason, revenue equal to GDP. And during this video, I will call it GDP, because it sounds way cooler. Surprisingly, I discovered that my island was almost communist. Food was free. Just imagine that. We clearly must cancel free food and build a grocery store to sell food to our people. Oh my god, right now I found just contract for 67% higher than average price. This is just crazy. This contract will bring a lot of money to our island. We need to build a newspaper to publish separatist independent propaganda to brainwash our population and declare independence from king in one day in the future. God damn, what is this? A pandemic has struck the world. A deadly virus has appeared that will kill a lot of people. But it's the start of the 20th century. We can't even produce or buy masks. We can't do anything. It literally means that our population will keep dying until only the most resistant will survive and develop natural immunity. I built chapel, hoping that at least maybe Prest will save my people from virus. Guys, this is totally random event and it's hitting me hard. Already 29 people have died from this virus on our small island. This is just crazy. Believe me or not, but I started to build fort to create our glorious Tropican army. Pirates decided to attack and test my brand new army. And well, we won. After seeing my army crush these pirates, I had a brilliant idea. Declare independence. The colonial empire army landed on my island trying to crush me for declaring independence. Tropican army, fight for your independence! Hurrah! While the imperialist was trying to destroy my defense tower, my smart army ambushed them from behind and caused the complete collapse of their empire forces. Hurrah! Sorry guys. Alright. As independent state, we must decide who will vote and what our military policy will be. We choose universal suffrage, allowing all citizens to vote, which helped to reduce radicalism in our society. For military, we selected militia since it does not require educated soldiers, and our island severely lacking of education, at least for now. We are building commando garrison to intimidate our neighbors and lower their happiness. Caribbean happiness is increasing rapidly, and if it surpasses our citizens will become dissatisfied, realizing that others live better than they do. This could lead to rebellion. To prevent revolution, we must make our neighbors appear miserable so that our citizens believe they live on the happiest island. Let's start mining iron and coal to prepare for industrialization. However, we are facing crisis. Our population is shrinking because more people dying than being born due to deadly virus. I have no way to stop it. I built clinic and even hired foreign doctors to try to reduce virus-related deaths. But no matter virus, industrialization must continue. Now we will process iron and coal into steel. High-value product that should generate significant revenue. Just like with sugar, we don't want to export cheap raw materials. We want to sell high GDP added value products like steel. Our commandos have begun their operation and you could see that they are lowering Caribbean happiness. This means as Tropico dictator, I will have much easier time to winning elections. If everyone live in poverty, then poverty become average standard of living, an evil tactic, but it's worked perfectly. After accumulating enough research points, we can now implement law requiring people to wear masks. However, masks cost 400% more than their base price. And since my people dying, I can't even afford to buy them. I literally don't have enough workers on my plantations because they are all dead. To keep sugar production going, I'm forced to increase salaries on plantation to attract the remaining workforce. I had to fire all my military personnel because I need more workers in plantations. Otherwise, I would go bankrupt. First elections. Since all my neighbors live in misery, I was able to convince my citizens that poverty is normal, which helped me to win elections, even though large proportion of my people don't even have houses. Despite pandemic, our GDP has grown to $20,000. Disbanding military and raising plantation wages are finally paying off. We are now again producing large amounts of rum. Surprisingly, the pandemic has made my people wealthier. Due to the high wages, about 65% of population is middle class now, if only small proportion remaining poor. Interesting results. About 50% of my population has developed immunity to the virus, which is good. Slowly but surely our population starting to grow again. Finally! A cure for virus has been discovered. I can now buy it and start vaccinating my people. This means our population once again grow rapidly. Yay! Industrialization is progressing exponentially well. We are now producing steel and exporting it. Our GDP has reached $44,000, more than doubling in under 10 years. A great achievement. Unfortunately, poverty is rising again. As more immigrants arrive, the average monthly salary on our island in 1950s is $6. I built 2 embassies and decided to request an alliance with allies. We just needed to sabotage their enemies 4 times, and we will be guaranteed to progress into new era. To create a wealthy society, we must start educating our people. Our first school is under construction, guaranteeing basic education for our next generation. However, crime has become a new problem in our growing immigrant cities, so we must establish police forces. Our first protest in Tropico. Religious fanatic demanding a church. Fine, I will build one. It's actually look quite beautiful. In 1940s we accumulated $50,000 in our reserve, and while our GDP remaining stable, our wealth levels have improved significantly. For the first time, rich people are emerging on our island. This is saying that our economy is thriving. It's time to build our first bank. The bank will use government funds and generate a maximum of $1,000 per month. Not a huge sum, but it's reliable passive income source. Essentially, it acts as form of monetary mining. Bank employees will earn high salaries, quickly becoming wealthy and spending more than the poor, stimulating the economy. I also built 2 mansions for our bankers. The great thing about this mansion is their high rent, which is only rich could afford. This means government and economy earn significant income from our wealthy population. This is why we want as many high-paying jobs as possible. More rich people lead to great consumption and economic growth. We survived world wars. Hurrah! Now we have constitutional choices. I want to increase factory efficiency and establish true separation of powers to boost global liberty by 5 points. Our wealthy citizens live well, so I decided to build parking garages to enable them to use their cars and travel freely around the island. Our banking district becoming an elite area of luxury living, while our port is filled with factories and slums. Congratulations, everyone! We have successfully built an equal society, just like most real-world countries. Hurrah! Sorry guys, I mean, probably is cringe, but well, sorry for this. More banks. And finally, let's build a college to provide higher education for those who graduated from school. A college degree is required to work in a bank. So if we wanted to turn our poor into rich, education is first step. 1950, our GDP has reached $100,000. Nearly 30% of all our income come from banking. Very impressive. We have more and more rich people, and the first time the ultra wealthy people have appeared on our island. This is super cool, and average salaries have risen to $9. A small rebellion broke out, but we crushed it easily. We need electricity, so why not start with nuclear plant? Sound smart? Yep. Especially since we have planned to develop nuclear bomb. Don't ask how or why, but it will be very useful. If we acquire one, we can advance into next era. New research lab and few more mansions for the elite. I built TV tower for for more efficient brainwashing. Also our first hospital in Tropico. I must admit, I like my city. It's kinda ugly, but it has its own spirit. Unique spirit, you know. By 1960, Tropico has more middle class and rich people than poor one. That's real progress. Average salary has increased to $11. Our city is thriving. Look at these people and their cool cars. We successfully developed a nuclear weapon in 1960, marking the achievement of modern era. I plan to establish private healthcare system because my goal is to build wealthy Iceland where free healthcare is unnecessary. I also began construction of modern offices building based on post-industrial economy. These offices generate income for consumers and workers in our industries. While their direct profitability could be limited, they allow us to leverage business law in court to generate revenue from each working office. In practice, we really need only one person in office, essentially functioning as offshore business hubs, where each worker is the CEO of the company. These offices consume significant amount of electricity, and we could even justify them as data centers with minimal staff. Regardless, they generate massive revenue while requiring only a small workforce. I have built ultra-luxury villas. No one resides in them since our homes are closer to workplaces. To address this, we plan to demolish all city housing, forcing people to relocate to expensive homes outside the city. These villas exclusively for ultra-rich people. Poor or middle class can't live there. To accommodate different social classes, we will develop separate districts outside the city. The lower the wealth, the further from the city center they will live. This ensures that rich people are not renting houses for poor ones. As a result, we have successfully completed our wealthiest residents to live in luxury villas, while they are paying $240 in a month rent, creating enormous revenue stream for us. Let's demolish all city housing and continue expanding. To support our office economy, we are constructing offshore wind turbines for electricity production. We're also adopting law that may strain the relationship with our nation, but we're generating substantial income. While the foreign army may oppose us, our immense wealth allows us to purchase our own aircraft, enabling us to dominate through the offshore business empire and military strength. By 1980, our GDP has reached 221,000 in consumption terms, which is effectively equivalent to production GDP, so there is nothing to worry about. Our happiness index hit 52, and most importantly, we achieved our ultimate goal. Our Iceland has now more wealthy and ultra-wealthy residents than combined middle class and lower class. We have built incredibly prosperous economy. Our average salary skyrocketed to $17. Unbelievable growth. It's time to clean up our Iceland by eliminating all slums. I constructed a massive stadium which serves large crowds efficiently, while they providing excellent service. Electricity consumption exceeded all expectations, leading to our brilliant tropical engineers to invent a fusion reactor. At this stage, I simply continued our expanding, building more luxury villas, mansions and offices. Our city evolved in some kind of Singapore, stunning modern metropolis. Even more importantly, our banks begin reinvesting wealth of our Iceland's richest citizens, allowing us to establish private banking institution, further increasing the number of wealthy residents. Major trade center emerged across the Iceland. Given that our economy is dominated by super rich, maintaining farms and industry no longer made sense. So I eliminated all agricultural and industrial sector and began importing everything: food, luxury items, luxury goods, cars, ensuring that our elite population could enjoy finest products in high-end commercial districts. This is the essence of pure post-industrial economy. We have already built 2 stadiums and 2 cathedrals to satisfy needs of our affluent residents. I invested $300,000 in parks, urban beautifications to enhance city aesthetical appeal, and finally it was complete. Our GDP has reached $500,000. We started literally with $10,000 in Independence Day, 45 times growth of economy. Our luxury villas and offices building generate immense revenue. Our population enjoy an exceptional quality of life, working in finance, business and high-tech industries. The proportion of wealthy residents surpass of middle class and lower income individuals, making an unprecedented success. Our people is thriving and happy. We built the most successful and beautiful Iceland in the Caribbean. From humble beginnings, we transformed in barren Iceland into paradise. Vibrant financial hub with stunning port, historical city center full of banks, parks, Grand stadiums, cathedrals, and elite office districts. Our luxurious villa neighborhoods stretch beyond the horizon, complemented by mansions for the wealthy and skyscraper of middle class. Even lower income areas have improved significantly. This is Tropico and this is our people. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more amazing content. We have also friendly strategy and economic game community on Discord. Join us, subscribe and check my other videos. Thank you, bye bye.